All right, now one other thing I want to mention here about the iMac, it has the MagSafe came back, which is the magnetic charge port. We've all had experience with this. However, it feels a little bit weird on the iMac, and it's they're taking a little bit of heat. Apple, every time they announce something, it's the two waves. Everyone says it's the greatest thing that's ever existed, and then you got the people on the other side that say, here we go again. So they put a magnetic connector on here, but yet it's not quite like a laptop where you're likely to trip over it. So you're wondering, why do you need a magnetic connector here? And then the other piece of it is there's some criticism that here we go with another proprietary cable. If anything happens to this cable, I'm going to pay $2,000 to replace the cable, which is color matched, by the way, to the actual computer. However, there is some functionality there, which I skipped over the last time I was talking about it. They were able to put the Ethernet jack into the power brick, which sits on the floor, so as to limit the number of cables going up to the actual unit. And then that singular cable connecting through a magnet carries both power and Ethernet if you need to use a wired connection. And so let me just say, they made these things so colorful. We imagine people putting these things in unusual locations, maybe in kitchens, maybe at the front of businesses. And so maybe this magnet thing is not so dumb. I don't know.
Well, you're a big fan of magnets.
Well, I love them everywhere. I'm not going to complain. We don't know what it will take to replace it. I will also say this, Will, if you don't mind.
No.
We've had so many computers around here and monitors and TVs and things like this. When you are trying to repurpose an old device that we have, the worst part is trying to track down the right cables or accessories.
Right, yeah.
To do it. Now, we have an unusual scenario because we have so many gadgets and things lying about. But you can imagine years from now, we're trying to hook up the iMac and say, where's that magnetic power cable?
Yeah.
So I understand what people are saying, but I think for the average person, they're going to be able to manage that cable, and they may or may not have the MagSafe experience where somebody, because the dogs run like crazy around these cables.
It's like they built this product just for us.
They already wrecked, actually, the microphone you're speaking into, they wrecked the audio cable. And you got a fresh one right now.
They stepped on it.
Which
too many
dog
times.
was the culprit? Which one?
I think it's that one back there. Yeah.
Marissa?
Yeah, I think it's that one right there. That one's a little bit too rowdy as far as I'm concerned. That one's a little bit too rowdy.
She's never harmed a fly.
She runs away. She's later yelling at me. I'm getting out of here. There goes that guy again, that loud guy.
Yeah.
Here goes that guy. Disaster.
Well, I think from an aesthetic point of view, too, like the cables, there's nothing uglier than just a bunch of cables coming out of stuff.
Brutal.
And the less you can have, the better. Is there any signal loss there at all?
Going up the power cable? Very minimal. I mean, they use, there's power line Ethernet adapters, which actually will use the power lines in your house to send that signal. So, as long as you have a singular Ethernet signal, it's not competing, it'll be fine.
You're fine.
Yeah,
Cool.
It'll be good. And so anyway, yeah, they tightened it up. And look, the thing is so thin, and it's like Jack said, it's all about the aesthetic with this. So they're going to do whatever it takes to keep that going and limit the ugliness of cables going up to it.